If you wait too long to enroll into Medicare, your coverage doesn't just start when you sign up. And you could be without coverage for an entire month, like what happened to this client. We had a client that was turning 65 in April, and we had their initial call back in January of this year. Identified, coverage for them, identified what made the most sense for them, and they just weren't ready to make a decision for the enrollment at that time, which can happen with a lot of the folks that we talk to. Usually these are multiple calls that end up happening before someone is enrolling into a plan. And it was in January, so they had really plenty of time. They didn't need to make a decision right then and there. Hi, I'm Joseph Pate, better known as Medicare Joe, and we help thousands sign up for Medicare and navigate the Medicare system successfully. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a client scenario where they missed their enrollment deadline, thought their coverage would start immediately, later to find out that they were without coverage for an entire month, and at that point felt worried and also felt like they really dropped the ball on their end. So, we followed up. We reach out to all of our clients that are onboarding with us, calls, emails, texts, over a dozen communications outbound to this client, but we never heard back. And what we found out is that life really got in the way for them when they reached back out in April. Life got in the way. They were still working. They were transitioning into retirement, so they were finishing things up here for April 1st. Their wife just had a massive surgery, so they took time off of work to handle that. And by the time they came back to us, it was in April, and our agent, hopped on. They were ready to move forward. Like, yep, ready to go. We want to go with the plan that we mentioned back in January. So we submitted the application. This is on April 6th. So I hope you're following me here. This is on April 6th, because this has happened to you. It can happen to you. So when they finally reached back out, and we had our agent reached out to them and we got them on the phone, it was April 6th that they spoke with them, and they were able to submit an application. They said, yeah, this is the plan I wanted to go with all along. I just got tied up and wasn't able to get back to you. Let's get it going. We had informed them that the coverage start date would be May 1st. And that's when they realized something. They asked, wait, I'm not covered right now. Why can't this start now? What if something happens to me? And my agent was saying that they sounded worried when they were asking these questions. Like, we hear this all the time, right? And this is where most people get caught, and they have no idea that this can happen. But Medicare doesn't just start the day you sign up and enroll. It starts always on the first of the following month that happens. So in this case, the coverage is going to start for this person on May 1st. There's no way to change that. So yeah, we submitted an application on April 6th, but we have now, this whole month here of April that is not covered. There's a gap, right? So even though we submit everything, that person can be left without coverage for that 1 month. And that's the part that people just don't realize a lot of times, is you just can't turn it on when you're ready to turn it on, right? So now we're looking at a 30-day gap. What if something happens? Hospital, ER, anything. You're on the hook at that point. And that's an extremely stressful position to be in. And they did it to themselves, unfortunately. Like, they said, hey, you guys were great. You called a bunch. I just dropped the ball on this. I had a lot going on in my life and just didn't think that this would happen. So these are stories that I want to make sure that you understand, because it could be happening to you. You might be thinking like, hey, I would never let that happen to me. Like, I would just make sure that I enroll on time. But this happens every single month, 1 to 2 cases. Life gets in the way. The reason I'm bringing all this to you and talking about this client story that happened is because the more I can educate people on what has happened for other folks, we can learn from their mistakes at the end of the day. It's why the timing matters so much. If you are getting onto Medicare, if you're looking at a Medicare Supplement plan, you want to start that process 6 months in advance. That's when we recommend reviewing the options. For Medicare Advantage, about 90 days out, so 3 months in advance, is when you want to start reviewing and making decisions on your plan. This gives you enough time to understand the options, make a decision, get all the cards and policy documents in the mail. We all know that takes a long time to get everything in the mail. So that way you have everything you need before your other coverage that you have comes to an end. Smoothly, one can come to an end, the other one just starts right on up. There's no gap in coverage at all. So that's the problem. It's not like taking the time to do this. It's like, hey, what if we had 1 month without coverage and boom, something happened in that month? I mean, that's a huge exposure that gentleman had to go through. Luckily, nothing happened, right? But who knows? We don't know, right? So just a final a note here is, You know, we see it over and over again. Every month, people that are late to the party, signing up late, again, just because life gets in the way. So if you're turning 65 or getting onto Medicare for the first time, know that you need to do everything before that actual start date happens so you can avoid these problems completely. If you're taking anything away from this video here, again, Medicare coverage doesn't start immediately. It starts the first of the following month when you sign up. Or if you're turning 65 and you sign up before then, it starts the first of your 65th birth month. If you wait too long, obviously you can create gaps in coverage. You can create late enrollment penalties, which I've done a video on. I'll link that below in the description. The best way to avoid all of this is simple. It's to plan ahead. Dedicate time to understanding how this stuff works. Medicare Supplement 6 months out. Medicare Advantage 90 days out from your enrollment. So if you are approaching 65 or enrolling into Medicare for the first time and you want to make sure that you are doing everything right, there's a link below in the description. You can book a call with one of our team members. We're happy to assist you through that process. If you're just going through this or you know someone else is, share the video, like the video. If you have questions, drop them in the comments below. But if you're just researching Medicare, subscribe to our channel. This is a channel that we break down things every week about Medicare, about client stories like this that you need to be in the know when it's your turn to sign up. So again, I'm Medicare Joe, and thank you for watching today.